Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in Game 3 between Zpux and the Little One. Little One spawning as the Yellow Terran, Zpux spawning as the Red Zerg here on Blistering Sands. Both of them have been very friendly with each other. It's been a very well-mannered game. I don't even know what tournament this is from. I could probably look it up, but then I'd have to stop the replay and do all that. I got a couple questions in my inbox in regards to trying to look me up on Facebook. Now I know it's going to be hard to believe, but I don't have a Facebook account. So yeah, don't have a Facebook. You know what, I already spend so much time trying to shoutcast replays, trying to keep up on top of news on replays and in the StarCraft 2 community, that it is very, very difficult to really have any additional time to look at or do anything else. First of all, gonna go ahead and say a little bit of StarCraft news. Korea has just announced last, I believe, Friday, that the Korean the Korean Commission who organizes gaming or regulates gaming gave Blizzard's StarCraft 2 an adult-only rating. I don't know why, and I don't know what Blizzard exactly plans to do. I'm assuming that they're gonna have it reviewed and try to get it back under to a teenage rating. That was the last time they were reviewed their demo, and they got a teenage rating as well. So we'll see what happens there. Zpux now coming in with that drone. We have a refinery being put down as well. So we'll see what exactly that refinery is really going to mean. Now for Terran players, seeing a single gas doesn't really mean as much as opposed to seeing a gas player or gas being put down by a Protoss player. It really matters in terms of Terran whether or not he goes for that second refinery, as that second refinery will show whether or not he's going to tech a little bit more. And anyways, the barracks always need a tech lab, and those tech labs always cost 25 gas, so that's the reasoning behind that. Back over here, Hatchery already producing that single queen, and we're seeing that 19/26 food. We'll see. Really curious on what exactly Zpux's strategy is going to be at this stage in the game. Little One, if you haven't watched any of the replays, don't want to give away too much. So Zpux, this is game 3 in this series of replays that I've casted so far, and so far the games have really been exciting. Little One also a little curious on what exactly the Little One's strategy is going to be on this front door. If Zpux tries to go for Banelings, I keep on talking about these Banelings busting through the front door, and I have yet to cast a replay with a Baneling front door bust. So maybe I should really stop talking about it, or cast one of my own replays where I lose. Zpux now building a hatchery over here at this natural expansion, and a couple Zerglings gonna go hippity hop on their way to try to take down that SCV. SCV now gonna be able to run up, and now pops up that supply depot just in time, and that's gonna enable him to kill one of those Zerglings. So 3 Zerglings sitting on the bottom of that ramp, just keeping track of this expansion. Back over here, we now have an Overlord in the air trying to offer a little bit of sight. Perhaps we're going to see a Nidus Canal here, as that is a fairly common tactic for Zerg at tier 2. Now, looking in the base of Zpux, I do not see any Roach Warren, so he may be trying to go for a tier 2, just mutate into the lair. Needs an addition, a little bit more gas, and now getting that second queen. So that second queen will be able to go ahead and spawn larva over here at this hatchery. That also explains the reason why we only see a single Vespene Geyser at this stage in the game, as opposed to dual. He wants that additional minerals in order to get that economic advantage. Zerglings now once again running around, and we have a factory on this front door as well. So factory on the front door. Single supply depot. A little bit curious on how this real front door works, but it looks fairly interesting. Anyways, back over here, we have a Hellion now moving out. Hellion already with 1 kill. Perhaps going to get a couple more kills and try to take down that second Zergling. Doing a nice hit and move there. Down goes another Zergling, so already 50 minerals gone in terms of Zerglings, and once again doing a little bit of torching or toasting on those Zerglings. Zerglings very, very low on hit points. Perhaps may get taken down. 1 Zergling getting taken down, and that other Hellion now being forced to pull back, as 1 Hellion cannot really stand up against a single queen. We do in fact have a spine crawler being built, so Zpux already taking his natural expansion and already sitting on 22 harvesters, should be able to mine up fairly quickly compared to the Little One. The Little One, however, taking down an Overlord in his base, that mule giving him a little bit of an advantage. And now we see an armory built to that behind those minerals. Is Zpux able to see that armory? No, he does not see that armory sitting over there, so he did not gain sight, will not know that Thors are already being produced. most likely assuming that siege tanks are currently being produced, or perhaps Hellions, and researching that Infernal Pre-Igniter. So we'll see how that's going to work. A single Thor already being produced, Marines and Marauders as well acting as a little bit of support. Zerglings now coming back home, a single Queen now. I'm standing by over here. Going to go ahead and continue to spawn larva. Already has what, seven larvae sitting over here, and wasting those 3 larvae. Hatcheries do no longer produce additional larvae once they are at max. Oh, okay, there we go. So once again, now using every single one of those larvae, and we are in fact going to tier 2. Finally grabbing that second extractor for additional gas, and looking at the harvester count now, it is now 36 harvesters to 26, so that is a significant difference. We are nearing completion on the metabolic speedling boost, and those speedlings will in fact be able to run down and chase down those Hellions very easily. Already 3 Zerglings gonna get taken down, trying to take down that last Zergling, and one more. There it goes. That Hellion with that line of fire, with that single line of fire, it does not splash in a V, so you really want units to be chasing that Hellion, so that requires a lot of micro on those units. A single Thor also joining in on this fight, so as the Thor starts shooting down these destructible rocks, we'll be able to take it down very quickly. The Thor's hammer has a range of 7, so being able to take down that backdoor destructible rocks oh so easily, and also taking down a Zergling. We have, what, 4 SCVs there simply to repair that Thor. And how is this really going to work? Zergling's now coming in. So Zergling's now trying to get a surround off, trying to really just stop all of these units. A single Queen coming out as well, and Zergling's continuing to surround. All of those SCVs were taken down. One SCV still trying to build a bunker. Marauders coming into play. Marauders now taking a fair amount of damage, and one Thor already down to 108. 96 damage, or 96 hit points, may get taken down here as those Zerglings now coming in from that backside, and will be able to hit that Thor in the back. Down it goes, and the army of Zpux, this whole entire attack force, has been neutralized. Now more units being built by Zpux. Zpux does in fact have a stronger economic advantage at this stage in the game, sitting on 39 harvesters compared to 26. So the little one is really behind at this stage. Really needs to get this command center up and running. There is in fact one SCV trying to build it, nearing completion, but it looks like it will be cancelled, as those Zerglings will be able to just come in and take it down. Single Hellion may get taken down by these 2 Zerglings, but no, able to push back away. Down goes that SCV. Zerglings once again on the move, trying to do more scouting. We'll see how that's really going to work out for him. Single supply depot offering sight to those back doors. So Zpux having overlords all across the map in order to keep decent sight. No weapons upgrade on those armories yet, and now no additional Thors being produced, which is a little bit of a surprise. The Infernal Pre-Igniter now being researched. Those really needed to be researched much earlier. Little One also dropping down a command center on this high ground. Zerglings now taking down these destructible rocks. So these destructible rocks will get taken down fairly easily. Normally, destructible rocks are very difficult for Zerglings to take down if they're in some sort of choke point, but because there's so much surface area on this one set of destructible rocks, these Zerglings can in fact take it down very quickly. How many Zerglings can take it down? It looks to be about 17 Zerglings can surround those destructible rocks. A drone now coming in, obviously going to build a hatchery. Wait for it. There we go. Getting a hatchery by Zpux. So Zpux now getting that hatchery has only made Zerglings this whole entire time. Sorry. Right as I say that, Zpux of course makes a couple Hydralisks, and now getting plenty of upgrades. So we're getting the hook upgrades, the muscular arguments, the ventral sacs down over here. So we are in fact getting the upgraded range. We are getting the glaive reconstitution, and now we are also getting the armor upgrade. In come these Hellions. Hellions, however, going to get... Oh, no, Hellion's not going to get taken down. It looks like as though the Infernal Pre-Igniter has been finished researching, so now those Hellions doing amazing 24 damage in that single line of splash, able to take down those Zerglings so easily. Also will be able to counter those Hydralisks so easily. A little curious on why Zpux went Hydralisk, as Hydralisk in fact takes so much damage. However, Zpux now going for Banelings. Banelings are a very strong counter towards those Hellions. They lose that light keyword, and they are able to deal extra damage to light. A single Hydralisk gonna get taken down if he's not careful, trying to slither away, and now those Banelings now finish being morphed in. Once again, spawning more larvae, trying to get additional armor. Zerglings trying to take down that last Hellion. Those Hellions will be able to start torching most of those Zerglings. One Zergling or one Hellion down to 10 hit points, down to 5. Finally gets taken down, but in comes the Thor with that Thor hammer, doing a little bit of overkill with 45 damage a shot. Now we have roaches and hydralisks on the move. We already have a couple overlords in the air trying to spawn additional creep, and we have those banelings now on a roll, so they will in fact be able to move much more quickly across the map. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between Zpux and the Little One here on Blistering Sands.